I've got a regular job, you know, 7 to 4:30, Burns Feed Store, been there for 75 years. I drove truck before I started working there 20 years ago. Once you start doing this, once you start driving a truck, it kind of gets in your blood a little bit, I won't lie. And here I am sitting in a log truck. So I was like, Mikey, I don't know the damn thing about driving a log truck. He goes, you'll figure it out. I bet it gets wet out here, man. This could be slimy.
That's why we went that way. That's the first time I've gone that way. Mike asked me to go that way today just to see if it would benefit anything.
Have you guys ever come up here since you've been hauling out of here and just all of a sudden the road's gone because it washed out or something? Or?
When we were coming up, was there still a log across the road? Did we make it to that where it was all cut? Yeah. Monday, I had to ask Paul to cut more of it off because we had to hug so far to the cliff, and that had fallen over the weekend. When all these burn out and the ground starts to get saturated and they start losing, like the trees fall and they pull the root systems out, the ground gets softer. So then the other trees that are heavier, they'll start pulling themselves out of the ground. It gets pretty nasty up here.
When the snow starts flying, you guys are done up here.
So
right?
We're done up here if there's more than an inch of rain in 24 hours and there's more than 25% saturation in the soil.
I won't lie, like talking to him on the way up, he's like, what do you like about doing that? I go, man, first thing, I've been driving so long, it's hard to get it out of your system a little bit.
Yeah.
And I go, look, when the sun pops up, you'll understand why, you know, it's something different, but there is something to be said about going to work at 7 and getting off at 4:30. You know, it's not that I don't get dirty, but anything I should do on that thing before?
Unhook your chain.
Pop the chain.
Yep, I took care of your air tank.
And that's it until I get over there.
If you want to walk over there and see how it's done, that way you can kind of see what's up.
I'll do it.
We'll see if I can even back up the hill with no trailer on. You know what I mean? Like I got weight right now and I was able to back up to here, but we'll see. I prefer to hug that side of the road, so that way I have the most room to throw strapper. This right here ain't too bad, but you get up along, you'll see on the road, you'll get to an area where there's a bunch of shit in the way, and it gets kind of hard to swing those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you gotta watch how much he loads. You want more accessible on the bottom than the top, so that way when it bellies, you'll have more to grab. You don't have to move the top as much.
Like that work for you?
Yeah.
Oh. You got a bar?
Oh yeah.
I ain't got enough lead in my pencil.
Really? Is it that heavy?
Oh, there you go. Maybe I did. All right. I think there's a lot to learn. It's gonna be a learning day. Up under? Yeah?
Yeah.
How we doing, cameraman? We doing good?
Yeah, trust me.
You sure?
This will kind of help keep this loop.
Right.
So.
And that's already pulled apart. Did you flip that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I flipped it.
Okay.
That's it.
You threw short side, right?
Yeah, however you feel like your shoulders can handle it.
Well, they can't, none of it, but this is all getting cut.
Hopefully. See what I mean by where you park?
Yep. This hill's fucking me up.
Yep. So I was like, hug the other side. Make it a lot easier to throw these things.
Oh.
You gotta hold the end. Got it.
Hey, if you're checking these videos out, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, man. It's worth it. Let's keep putting out some cool content for these guys. My thought process going down the hill is, you know what, just take it easy. You know, you don't want to ride your brakes all the time, just nice steady pressure. You know, keeping an eye on the shoulders. It is a little damp up here, so I'm sure the shoulder gets a little soft in spots. So just smooth and steady pretty much. See, that right there, that makes it all worth it for sure. You know, seeing something like that. Yes, and if you're wondering if my anxiety's up, yes, it's up. I mean, you want to be doing something like this, especially for me, doing something new. You know, you want to trust your equipment. I've been in this thing approximately about 3.5 hours, so, you know, even though I know it sounds, I couldn't put you in something that wasn't sound, but you definitely want to trust your equipment. So definitely get your anxiety up a little bit. Steve's been a huge help, but to be honest, I mean, I probably could have fumbled my way through it. I don't know if it would have been the right way, but he's a good teacher. So, and he's pretty much been spot on, you know, throwing the wraps. And I don't want to be the guy that just stands there and watches him do everything and then just try to repeat it. So, you know, if I can give him a hand, I'm most certainly going to do it. You can tell, even though he's really not that old, he's old school. You know, working with a guy like that, or these two guys and the guy that was on the machine, those are old school dudes. And, you know, if you're willing to go out there and get your hands dirty, I don't think they'd mind helping you out. So they don't want to see someone pile up a truck on the side of a hill or get hurt, or just makes their day worse too. You know, and this is totally throwing all these guys out of their rhythm, kind of having to babysit me a little bit. But, you know, everyone wants to get home in one piece, that's for sure. So, like I said, some days are better than others. Let's make today a good day. Let's see what's cooking.
What happens is when they get loaded, all the bouncing, they go like this. On landing, if you use your bar, you're putting all that pressure on them to stay in. As soon as you go over a bump, they all go like this. So everything loosens up. So I always like to hand tighten it first, and then I'll retighten it with the bar. Now you also got to watch it, dude, because it might loosen everything. Just as long as it doesn't. As long as it doesn't, what's that movie? Yeah, as long as it doesn't Final Destination, we're good.
Yeah. If you had your way, you'd rather be pulling a lowboy right now, wouldn't you? Or do you like this?
No,
too?
I'd rather be sitting in my sweatpants drinking coffee. So you can run your jakes on the asphalt. We got one more hill. We'll go around that 370. That hill gets kind of greasy. Do whatever you're comfortable with, but just prepare for it to kind of slide around if you're gonna run your jakes. So, all right.
Copy that.
Sweet.
So just take your time and be patient. You know, you'll sit there and wait. Make sure I'm getting down the hill. Watch the sides. You know, the shoulders are soft, kind of like what I told you before. You know, a lot of this is, like I said, it's common sense. Try to use your head and be smart. And don't get in a big hurry. All right, made it to the bottom of the hill, just crossed the bridge. Now we're hitting the highway, back onto, what is this, 224? And now we're headed out to Malala, out to the pulp mill, which I've never been to. Part 2 of our journey. Every truck's got their own little quirks, but, you know, my personal favorite, I'm definitely more comfortable driving a Peterbilt, just leg room, and I don't know, it's kind of a fancy truck. You know, these Kenworths, the W9, they're super comfortable too. So I guess it just all depends on what you're doing. You know, there's a time and a place for kind of every truck, depending on what kind of industry you're in. So the video that you did with Curtis, just when I watched it, it just brings a whole new perspective, you know, and as we were coming off the mountain, you know, with this loaded into the mill, you start thinking about it. You know, and I think Curtis said that's a dying profession. Like guys like him and those guys, the fallers, and even these log truck drivers. I mean, watching Curtis's video, boy, sure gives you a whole different line of respect for what those guys do, and you know how dangerous. I knew it's dangerous. You know, that's pretty obvious, but boy, it just gives you a whole different line of respect for what those guys do, and you know, the people that came before those guys and what they had to work with and what they did and how they did it. So it's I kind of feel fortunate to be able to get a shot at doing it. I always told myself that there was no way in hell I was ever going to haul logs, but I'm glad I did it at least once. If I ever do it again or not, or it's definitely an experience. So another feather in the cap, I guess.
So overall, how did your first load go?
Yeah, pretty smooth. I think the first load, no major hiccups. Got down the hill okay. Everything went pretty smooth at the mill. Yeah, so I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. So that's for sure. Definitely fun. It was definitely worth doing for a day, that's for sure. There's very few people that get to come up here and see what we saw today. Even though there was a mass fire that blew through here, and it's gorgeous. So you can't ask for a better day. I called him up and asked him if he had something to do, and here I am hauling logs. So yeah, he's great, man. Except for the fact that he throws me in a fire and has a camera guy sitting in my jump seat.
We both got told yesterday that we would be filming this. So,
And somehow it was my idea.
yeah, it was his idea.
My idea. I thought it was a joke until I left him in Estacada.
I was a little late, so I was 2 minutes late. But
If you're on time, if you're not on time, you're late.
remember that.
Let's go get that second load, man. Turning on the Fish Creek Road right now. So let's go get it.
No.
Oh, I got it?
Grab the back and try to whip it over.
What do you rate me? What do you rate the throw?
That was like a 7.
All right.
My throws. He made it like second try. That takes me 3.
I'll do one more.
You were asking me earlier what I disliked about doing this, and there wasn't much up until just then. Throwing those wrappers, man. That's an ass kicker. That was a straight up ass kicker. Last load, headed off to the mill. I'd say a pretty successful day for a dude who's never done this before. I didn't die yet, so that's always good.
Any advice for the viewers?
Advice? I don't know, man. If you want to jump into it, I'd definitely give Mikey a call. So I know he's looking for people. It was a cool vibe up here. Beautiful scenery. I mean, it's different for sure. So I enjoyed doing it today. So ready to be done now. Hey, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Keep blowing these guys up so it grows their channel. See you on the next one.